Shout it out, shout it out. Peace and blessings, everybody. Welcome with Weed Locked In. I know it is, man. I'm your host, KK, Kevin Ford. Sorry, my co-host
Where
couldn't be here. Mikey Moshe, Musa couldn't be here. Mikey B couldn't be here. We're going to see if they pull up later. My boy Moshe in school right now. Mikey was getting ready for a conference, but he should be pulling up. Tonight, though, we got two esteemed gentlemen, man, that I love to introduce to y'all, man. My uncle-in-law, man, Prince Matt, um, who I'm gonna let. I like when people introduce themselves. I don't like introducing people because I may go too a little too far. I like letting people introduce themselves. So we got Prince Mac and we got Mike Nice. All right, we gonna let Prince go first, so he let you know what he been through, struggles he done overcame, and where he's at right now. Before we get into today's show.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm Prince Matt, man. I ain't been do nothing. I ain't never had no struggle before, and I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. I'm Prince Matt, like KK said. I'm his uncle. We can take the in-law out, man. We family regardless. And I did 18 and a half years in prison. And now I'm an engineer. CEO, founder of blacksquares.com, which is a line that I promote hard. This is my one of my hats. It's called Ripped Up, and as you can see the black square on it. You know, yeah, I'm just an engineer, man. I work hard every day, take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? So we got a thing that we saying that we winning after prison. Bottom line.
He running out to prison. Yes, yes, sir. You got Mike Nice. Yeah, Mike Nice. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
Mike is on mute. He
Yeah,
getting himself set
yeah,
up.
yeah, there you go.
Yo, it's Mike Nice the Barber. I'm out here. Um, I got it. I got it. Prince saying,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've been around. I've been a barber for 30 plus years, from Southside Jamaica, and any and everybody has been through my chair from all walks of life. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my story. Keep asking questions, and we'll get to more.
Yeah. Yes,
I know
yes,
Prince
sir.
for a long time, so I appreciate the invite. I'm gonna make my time short and sweet because kids gotta go to bed, yo.
Yeah,
You already know how it go.
definitely, definitely. I got my partner in there. I don't know if she's ready yet. Queen of Money Magnet. That's one of my partners on this thing. We actually collaborated because she has an organization called Building Unity Community. So she's been helping me with get my organization started, ep3. So we was doing the real wellness, the real welfare check on a. You ain't got to do that. Just look at. We was doing that on a WhatsApp group, and I'm like, yo, listen, let's just do it. Let's just do it on the channel. I mean, add to the what unity look like on this. So it's actually like unity in motion, just showing us the struggle of two people actually putting their heads together and building with each other.
Hmm.
And so far, things just been building just momentously. We had there's different classes going on. We're working on establishing a huge network where people can actually tap in from anywhere. Like we has calls on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, uh, Friday morning. I think every morning they got a call, but there's certain days where it might be dealing with credit, um, Bitcoin, metaverse, um, business planning.
financial
Oh,
literacy,
oh,
mindset
here you go. Here you go.
development,
Go
Hey,
ahead,
youth,
what's
go ahead,
up?
go ahead, Queen. Go ahead,
coming in
introduce
with the
yourself to the
youth
people.
development, all of that. Yes, I love it, Kevin. Thank you so much. I'm just now leaving the commissioners meeting over here in Clayton County, so that's why I'm not as prepared as I usually be. But thank you so much for that.
No problem. So, no, doing this, it was like really wanted to establish something for the guy because there was a lot of women. There was a lot of women on there who was, expressing themselves and helping themselves out, but there wasn't really nothing for us. I mean, really nothing for the men. Well, he was like, listen, just gonna have an open panel on here. We're just gonna come in here. We're gonna address these issues with each other, be open, be transparent, and really, hopefully, we can actually touch people. I mean, to get them hopefully to where we're at, or be even better. You know what I'm saying? It'll be even better because I'm still a work in progress. Just a little bit of my story, just to get things going. Um, like I went to prison. When I was 16 years old. I end up getting a 25 to life sentence. Served 25 years. During the course of me doing that time, I actually lost myself. Right, and the biggest thing was finding out who I was. Right. So in that shift, part of that shift though was getting me to understand that was educating myself. And this was a big thing that I point to a lot of individuals who actually are going through something, right? To get out of your predicament, start educating yourself in some type of way. But in me educating myself, it made me look at my situation a little different. It made me question me a little more. And those little bit of questions, it was like seeds. It didn't just happen like it just changed. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. Oh, get educated and change. They was like it was just seeds, something to actually spark, you know, a little bit of light inside all the darkness that I was surrounded by. And that's what I held on to. And eventually, it just got brighter and brighter and kept growing.
Mm.
Um, this is my that's my first question to you guys because mine started with that. You know what I'm saying, with education. So any one of y'all can go first as far as when you was actually at that point in your life. When did you start making that transition, or what seed was actually dropped in you to actually get you to start looking the other way?
Want me to go first, Mike?
Yeah, you can go. Go ahead.
All right, so we it's crazy that you asked that question because we were just talking about this other day on our little morning show that we got going on, and mine's was, and you're gonna be very familiar with this, cave, was cell cleanup, and I called this transition for me to polishing my mirror. So one morning I woke up do cell cleanup. Cell cleanup is mandatory for those who don't know about New York State Prison. On Saturdays, you got to get up and you got to clean your cell. And one morning I was cleaning my cell, and there's something about the mirror in every cell in New York State prisons that they're designed for you not to be able to see yourself. You know, they're so dull. The stainless steel is so dull that you cannot see who you really are. You only can see a reflection, a glimpse of who you really are. But there's a trick. If you take baby oil and you put it on a sock, you can actually buff your mirror into where you can actually see yourself much better than you've been seeing yourself. And there was just one day where I polished my mirror, right? I polished my mirror and I saw the person who I had been disgusted with. And it was in that moment where I was able to look into myself and say, damn, man, like you've been playing basketball for the last 8 years. You've been you've been walking around with your crime on your sleeve like a badge for the last 8 years. You've been glorifying everything that you shouldn't be glorifying for the last 8 years. You've been living with regret for the last 8 years, and you didn't know what remorse was. And it was in that moment, okay, it was in that moment when I realized that polishing my mirror and I was able to see myself who I really was, where the shift started to change. And that's when I started to get into higher education, which was college at the time, CNP. I mean, all those other things that propelled me to where I'm at today. Because today, like I say, like I went into prison with no education, and now I'm a degree away from being a doctor. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was, and we use these terms because we familiar with them. My thing was in cell cleanup, I polish my mirror. So if anybody ever asks me, when should you start looking at a shift in your life, I tell them the same thing: polish your mirror. You know what I'm saying? Because even now, when we have mirrors at home, we just look, we wipe our face, and we move. We never really stop and look because sometimes we don't really want to look into the mirror. We really don't want to see the true person we are. So therefore, we're not really looking to change. But when you stop and you focus and you lock in on that mirror, you polish that mirror, you'll start to see a shift. And that's where it started for me. And once I got my education, exactly like you, we might have got it in two different traditional ways. But once I got my education, I began to see the world from a macro lens and not just a micro lens. I stopped blaming my mother, my father for being on drugs, the situation I grew up in, because I'm like, damn, like how can you blame all of these people for all of these things for you when nobody else in your family went to prison but you? You know what I'm saying? Nobody else took somebody's life in the family but you. Nobody else sold drugs but you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else robbed and stole but you. You know what I'm saying? So I started had to look at the but me. And that was when I started to like shift, and from that day I can say that I actually been a better person. Not the best person. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to be the best version of me, but I've been a better person.
All right, so Mike Langston have sat down. So there was something that you mentioned that I wanted to go in on. How did you feel? Because you said you was playing ball for 8 years, whatever. Was that your coping mechanism to actually deal with the situation you was in?
Exactly. I wanted to be somewhat connected to where I was taken from. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the street. We used to go to the park and watch the basketball games, and I love sports, and that was my only way I could like be in a place where I didn't feel like I was in prison. Like being on the basketball court, you know what I'm saying, and having fun and being able to laugh, because any other time, in the drop of a dime, all that shit stops. You know what I'm saying? When someone gets cut, or there's a riot, or the police beating somebody up on the way to the gym or on the way to the yard and stuff like that. So those exactly was my coping mechanisms.
So, so how long was it? How long would you say um was it before you had that mirror moment? You said 8 years.
8 years. It was about 8 years, man, when I learned the difference between regret and remorse. So I at one time I thought they was the same thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I leaned heavily on more regrets than remorse. That's when I started to learn remorse. I started to like uh uh appreciate life more, and and my victim no longer died in vain. You know what I'm saying? I'll say I'm gonna use this to this situation that I'm in, and the family and everybody else that suffered from the actions that I committed. I'm gonna make sure that I spend the rest of my life trying to be the best version of me.
All right, Queen, Queen. Come on, because you ain't get a chance to really introduce yourself to the brothers. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey, hey there, guys. I was trying to figure
Hello.
this out. I'm Queen of Money Magnet. I am a philanthropist. I'm a community activist, also a public speaker, motivational speaker. I come out and do the radio, TV shows. I'm really, really big on community, and I love what you said there at the beginning. As you can see, that I commented when it came to accountability. Like it sounds like that was your wake up call when you held yourself accountable for your actions, and you reflected on what you had going on. It changed with your emotion, and that was the same for me. Like I've been a mother since I was 15. We all been through something. That's why we doing the real welfare check. We checking in right now. We letting people know, just because you've been through something don't mean that you can't go forward. You have to look yourself in the mirror. And I was listening to this song, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've been doing a lot this week. I've been doing a lot for the last couple of weeks when it comes to community building. And I heard this song. I saw a vision of unity. And then I heard this song today. And it was like, it's me. Like the song was straight accountability. It was like, it's me, not you. And it was like, I looked in the mirror, like I'm scared to look in the mirror, because if I look in the mirror, I have to face the reality that what is going on in my life is because of the decisions that I make.
There go that mirror again, right?
Yes,
There's that mirror again, and all that was because you don't know me, you've never met me, you've never saw me a day in your life, right? All that was confirmation. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? That's for you,
That
right?
song been
Because
playing all day in my head.
so all I can tell you is just polish your mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably got clean mirrors in house, but polish them now. You know what I'm saying? When you polish them and take a very close look, take a long hard look at yourself and say, yo, this is who I want to be. This is who I love, and this is who I'm gonna like. This is the image I'm gonna create to let the world know who I am, so the world can love me, so I can be a
Yes.
reflection. You know what I'm saying? So just polish your mirror.
I love it. I love it. It's all confirmation. It's all here for that. We are all here for that. What you say, Kev? We can't hear you. You muted.
Yeah.
Oh, I said this term. You might just coin the term, man. Right now, that term, that thing might be here for exclusively here. You heard it first. Polish your mirror.
Polish your
Okay,
Polish
mirror,
your
man.
mirror.
polish your mirror. It's funny because before we came on, I was actually doing a little studying for one. one of the things I wanted to bring up, and it came from the book. I don't know if y'all familiar with the book, The Stellar Man.
Stella, man, I heard of it. I never read it.
You probably, yeah, I know you probably heard of it, but there's a chapter in there on the illusion of freedom, right? And
Mm.
it gives 3 points to be successful, right, for the individual. But it's funny because you made me think about it more from the mirror perspective, right? Because now you done created a theme for the whole thing, and that's the theme we're going with polish the mirror, right? Because now these 3 aspects all deal with you, right? The first one is motivation, right? So now with motivation, it's actually digging inside and actually what motivates you, what motivates you to want to get up, what motivates you to want to, to work, to live, to just push forward, what actually motivates you, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now the thing with that, finding that out, the second thing is understanding it. All right. So now you
Mm-hmm.
have the motivation. Now you have it. You motivated. Okay. So now understand that motivation, because now one of the things I said in there was that second part a lot of people lack, and
Mm-hmm.
this ends up becoming failure because they be motivated, but they don't understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They'll just be running around doing stuff, excited and hyper and doing stuff, but you're not even understanding your motivation or where this passion and fire is coming from. So it can tend to be directed in the wrong way. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the third part is practice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now, when you are motivated, but now you understand your reason for being motivated. Now you have to put that into practice. Really
Mm-hmm.
putting that understanding into practice. Like, damn. So this is why I get excited when I do this. Okay, now I can set a game plan in order to put something in place so I can keep on doing this. Right. So I can continue to feel motivated and good. And that right there, it points out. It goes into so much, but that right there it points out like these are the things that help make an individual successful. Just
When, when,
identifying them 3 things in yourself.
when we
Yeah,
was kids, they had this cartoon called G.I. Joe, right?
yeah.
And the theme of the cartoon at the end, he always said the same thing. He always said, "Knowing is half the battle."
Knowing is
Right? Remember that? Knowing is half the battle. The
knowing is
other
half
half of the battle is the understanding, right? And what you just described was like the G.I. Joe cartoon in a nutshell. Knowing is half the battle. The other part is understanding, and obviously the last part is how you apply it, how you make it applicable to your life, right? So and everything comes full circle. Even understanding is if you go back to lessons, is 120 degrees of knowledge, is 120 degrees of wisdom, is 120 degrees of understanding, which makes you complete, right? So let's go back to the mirror, because we're going to stay on the mirror for a second, right? When we talk about accountability, we talk about your issues. Like, how do you take accountability for your issues? So I want you to look into a mirror one day, and I want you to say issue. Then I want you to continue looking in this mirror. I want you to say issue. Then I want you to look at it and I want you to say it real slow. I want you to say issue. Then I want you to say real slow one time in the mirror. Say issue, right?
That part.
Ish,
Yeah,
issue,
it's you.
issue,
It's you.
issue. Your issues are you, right? So we can blame and hold everybody else accountable, but at the end of the day, whether they played a part in our issue, it's still yours.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So again, going back to that mirror, going back into that reflection, there was you was in Clinton. I remember when you came from Clinton, and that was this officer, right? When I used to go to the gym, he was a piece. When I say the worst officer probably in the state, the worst. But I was nice to him, K, because I wanted the pin to work out with. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the pin. And I used to come to them and say, "Good morning, such and such. Can I get the pin?" He would give me the pin and like throw it on the table, whatever. I say, "Good morning," every day. So he's like, "Come in." This is like maybe like 30 days after I've been going to the gym straight. He said, "Why do you say good morning to me? You know I'm not gonna say good morning back to you." I said, "Because my grandmother told me it's always nice to be nice." You know what I'm saying? And I feel like being nice to you, I'm gonna be able to get what I want, and everybody else around here is gonna get what they want. And you notice that there have been no problems here. So now listen, this when I say the worst police that I encountered with, he was that.
yeah,
He calls me into the back where the pens and all the supplies was at one day and hands me a book. And he said, I talked to my wife about you. He said, I talked to your wife. You talked to your wife about me? He said, yeah. She said, because you kept saying good morning to me, and I told him I didn't like it. But she said, yo, she said to give you this. He gave me a book called The Rhythm of Life by Matthew Kelly.
Yeah.
The worst CEO I ever encountered with gave me the best book I ever read. The worst CEO that I ever had an encounter with. Like, I'm talking about how they was throwing dudes down. You know how they was doing in Clinton. They was violating dudes. You know what I'm
So
saying? They,
you know what's crazy? What that made me think about was by you doing that, basically touching his humanity, right? And it's like everyone needs a welfare check, right? I think we discussed why we was locked up, whereas we know the officers in there they be going through it because they put on images and airs or whatever. So you're showing them it doesn't matter. None of that
you're
matters to me.
human. You're human. Exactly.
You're
Yeah,
human. Good morning. And he probably don't get that or didn't get that from anyone. Anyone. And
You know what I
his
was
wife gave him
thinking?
that. She probably knew how much that affected him, right? And
You
he
know what's
probably couldn't
crazy,
say
K?
it or didn't want to say it, right? But she
They
knew how
probably
much.
they probably didn't have a conversation about anything in 25 years. They
Yeah.
probably didn't. They probably wasn't talking. You know what I'm saying? And for him to go home and just bring that up, it somehow it must have touched his soul
right.
because she sent the book back in. You know what I'm saying? And
It,
it's the book Rhythm of Life is about your rhythm of life. How do you find the best version of yourself?
that is
Mm,
so ironic that we talking about that, y'all, because that was our lesson today. It was finding the best version of yourself. I found a picture from about 4 years ago that said, um, "Do something today that your future you would be proud of."
Mm,
Now,
mm.
I probably made that post because you know how Facebook, Instagram, and all those other places they remind you of where you were. They gonna tell you what you was doing 4 or 5 years
that's
ago.
just a thing. So those that's toned in now, right? And there's specific things that's being said that I'm hoping y'all actually catching. Um, and she just mentioned something again, but it was just going in the rhythm of what was happening and identifying, not just identifying things yourself, but these affirmations, right? Things that you would say to yourself probably in that particular mirror, right?
Mm,
If you're looking at yourself, things that you would actually say to you, right? Or remind yourself about when you get up in the morning, right? And
mm,
this was something that I utilized actually. And that's what it made me think of that I utilized when I was going through a heavy time with depression. I'm a young teenager, but I'm reading stuff and it was and dudes used to laugh because like, yo, what are you saying? You get up, you tell yourself you're the king of the jungle, you're a lion, and da da da, right? But I had crazy affirmations, right? I had a whole wild list, but I used to go through them because it used to make me feel good, right? Regardless of what was going on around me, I knew I could do that. Right when I'm in my cell, just a reminder of who I am, not to let someone else's attitude or hurt or stress that they're going to ruin my particular day, right?
mm.
Because that happens in there. You have also come by walking by with mail, like they giving out mail, they don't stop at your cell. That can be a trigger for a person.
Yo, I used to always
Damn.
say when I see when I used, first of all I used to be upset that we was in prison together, that we was in literally
Yeah,
in the same jails together. I used to be upset about that,
that's my
right?
that's my family, Queen.
Oh,
But I used to
oh,
always
was there a bubble that went upside my head or something?
But I used to always say that you didn't like what I mean, when I'm talking about the situation you was in when you was like active blood, right?
Yeah,
I used to say that you didn't belong, but you fit. You know what I'm saying? I used to tell myself that. I used to say, yo, KK don't belong doing this, but he fits. And I used to say that because they needed somebody, somewhere, somewhat, who can speak their language that can give them what they need in the belly of a beast. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I never try to convince you not to be blood or to leave that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt that you didn't belong, but you fit for some odd reason. And
yeah.
but now, look how many people that you have impacted. Look how many people you encouraged to go into my class when they like taking the having the little homies take their GEDs and stuff like that. Look how many people you encouraged to get the education. Look how many people that you encouraged to start LLCs while they was on the inside. The classes, the African classes you was giving, all of the classes. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's
So
crazy because now it's happening it's happening out here. People hit me up so much now, and it's just me really have like with me, like me having to look in the mirror, like I have to do that. I mean, because you know I deal with a lot. You know what I'm saying? And even like on this, when we could become on this, we ask other people questions and want them to be transparent, and I'm always be transparent as well. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going through it. It's just it be so much of a emotional strain, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing, like the biggest adjusting for me, like coming home after doing all of that time in prison and then coming out, the actual emotional strain, like because there's so
Mm-hmm.
many people that either look to you for inspiration and hope and good vibes and energy. And they look into me, I'm like, damn, I can't. I gonna say I can't, but I'm like, I'm still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, y'all pull it for me, and I'm still trying to figure it out. You
But
know what I
see,
mean?
that's the impact that you get when you have looked in the mirror and when you have taken accountability. At that point, when you take action behind both of those actions, people start to follow you because they understand that you have taken accountability. They start following you behind the accountability, and then they start inspiring you and keeping you motivated. Because at times when leaders are leading, it's like, what keeps a leader motivated? The people that are following them to become leaders as well.
Yes,
So now you're encouraging people, other people to look in the mirror. So now
yes.
you've surrounded yourself with people that hold themselves accountable and they plan for what they have going on next. And they plant these seeds and then they water these seeds and then they inspire one another. That's where we are now today. That's why we're checking in. That's why we're telling other people our whys and our wheres. That's
You know what touched on my spirit this week when I was driving home from I was coming from Manhattan from work and I was driving home. I said that, and I don't know why it came over me like this. I said God never had nobody to lean on.
Mm.
God never had like all these things that He has to deal with, that He has to go through, that He has to face and fix, and like He never had nobody else to lean on. You know what I'm saying? And if you made an image of that being, right? You have to put yourself in that same situation. Like you are created to help, no matter what you go through, what you think the situation is. So like you're gonna have to harness that strength. You have to find that strength because at the same thing is especially if you say that you believe in the Creator, you believe in God, you believe in all these things. Then you got to understand that if He had nothing to lean on, what gives you the right to have something to lean on? You know what I'm saying? So your strength got to come from within so you can be able to push it out there to what's that, man?
I don't know, man. You just dropped a bomb, man, and then fireworks went off.
Yeah, what the
Fireworks
hell?
went up behind you, man. Listen, you tuned in to We Locked In, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. I know y'all be tuning in to anything else when there be a bunch of nonsense on here. Make sure y'all tune into this, man. Real welfare check, unity and motion. Y'all got issues, y'all got anything that y'all trying to bring up that y'all trying to holler at, man. Pull up. The link is in the chat. I mean, you want to pull up, man, get some stuff off your chest, man. Just or some advice. You know what I'm saying, just some sincere, real advice, man. Tap in. Mm. Nah, but you're absolutely correct about that. But one of the things though is he gave us each other, and that's the thing we've been blessed with, and us really knowing how to lean on each other in a proper way.
And
All right?
that's why also the reason why He gave him us. He created us so He could lean on us. He could lean through us. That he can push through us. He could spread love through us. He can show balance. He can show love and hate through us. That's why. That's the only reason why we exist, because He had nothing to lean on. You know what I'm saying? He had nothing to show it, like why He existed. That's the only reason why you exist today, my brother. The only reason why. Ever
Yeah.
forget
So
that.
yeah. So I think is no Islam we break it down. I think is to worship, and how we do that, right? Not just by living, but cultivating the earth, right?
Mm,
Being like being generous to people, taking care of our family, doing good work, being honest. So these particular aspects and characteristics is why we is here to actually implement that. But
Mm.
with the real well, and one of the things that communication, learned is interdependence.
Mm.
All right, and
Oh,
that being able to have that. So a lot of people will go through their dependent phase, right? You go through that when you're a child. All right, you go through that when you're a child and when you're a baby, being dependent on others. So if you're still on that, that means you haven't broke out of that. So now, once you reach a certain age, you start to be independent. Now you want to do everything on your own, figure out stuff on your own. Boom, boom. But now the heightened part, once you do that, you start to learn how to deal with others, and this is where the interdependence come in at. All right,
mm.
because now when you know how to not only relate, not only how to relate to people, but be relatable as well. Not only
Preach,
now
brother.
not only give advice, but take advice from people as well.
Talk
Not
to him.
only you know you can depend on others, but others can depend on you as well, and you actually create a unit. Because now what it comes to, what it boils down to, is oneness. And in
Mm.
order to attain that oneness, that means we got to move on the same page.
That's right. That's
We got
right.
to move on the same page.
That's 100%. That's 100%. So with the young lady, Queen, the money magnet, what she was talking about, what she was actually was experiencing, was was life, right? Everything she spoke about today was life, and what she needed was a confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that when she left, even if you're teaching or you're learning, you always leave with doubt. If you're teaching, you have doubt that did I relay the message right? When you're learning, you have doubt like was the message relayed to me right? But then when you go somewhere else and you get those what they call reinforcements, it's nothing but confirmation. That's all it is. It's nothing but confirmation. No matter how you put it, no matter how the ball rolls, just nothing but confirmation. And when you got the confirmation, it's only telling you that you got to move on, that you got to push on, that you got to continue to be the best version of you. You know how hard it is to be the best version of you. We
Whew.
know we know what the worst version of us is. That was easy. That was easy, right? But being the best version of you, it's so much room for perfection. There's so much room in your life for greatness. So many great things that you can do, that you can establish, that you can accomplish. Yo, man, it's almost like it's ineffable. That means unexplainable. You know what I'm saying? In a religious aspect, some things are just unexplainable. Like I'm like God is it's like just certain some things that you would never be able to explain. You know what I'm
So
saying? And
I got
yeah,
question. So yeah, you had told me you did the time in prison. You had your mirror, the mirror moment, right?
uh-huh.
After that, right?
Hmm.
What were some of the ways though after you had that moment though? What were some of the ways though you was coping with your situation? Because now I know once you had that moment, your eyes is open. Your
So
eyes open a little more.
so this might come off as mean and harsh,
Yeah.
but I didn't love my children until I went to prison.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't love my children until I went to prison. At least I didn't think I did. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was out there, I took for granted that they was around me all the time and I could be around them. And you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have to spend time with them. But once they was taken away from me and I no longer had access to them, then I realized how much I loved them. But
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to show how much I loved them until I got past that darkness, that regret stage that I was talking about. So even that part, the 8 years. So now I got this motivation when my kids is proud. They coming to my graduation. They came to my CMP graduation. They was like, "Oh, Dad just graduated." You know what I'm saying? And I got the cap and gown on. It's like a real college graduation. Now
Mm.
I'm going to college. You know what I'm saying? So my little bit of motivation that I had for myself was 100x when I realized that my children was proud of me. It never happened before. I never made my mother proud. You know what I'm saying? My children, people that I created, people that looked up to me, was proud of me, and those motivators kept me going, kept me going, kept me going. And I ran into little bumps and bruises and stuff like that while I was still in prison. But that journey in education, where I could honestly say, like the first time I like really fell in love was with
Yeah.
education. You know what I'm saying? When I fell in love, it was with education because I was able to figure shit out now. the blindness was coming off. You know what I'm saying? My that focus was there. That that gland. That part that
Yeah,
we don't use. Yo, bro, like it could get a little bit more deeper than that, but that gland that we don't use. That shit
yeah,
that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? That unforeseen, unseen eye. That thing opened up in the world, and every single thing that I'm doing right now, I wrote that shit down about 8 years ago. I wrote it down in a black book. You know what I'm saying? Every single thing. That's how the world opened up for me. I was more. If I ever made it home, which it wasn't always a like, it may not have been an option,
yeah.
right?
Sure thing.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It wasn't a sure thing. If I would ever made it home, I said this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be a doctor one day.
Yeah, you want to know what's funny because those three things is success. Remember, those that's watching or listening, three things actually we were talking about that I mentioned earlier about success. He actually just touched on. All right, he had got motivated by his children,
Hmm.
right, family, motivation, right. So he
Hmm.
started studying. He was going to college, whatever. A deeper understanding. You said it done multiplied by 100. So basically, he started understanding the reason behind that motivation. He
Hmm.
started understanding it. And then he mentioned the little black book, which means he started putting stuff into practice.
Hmm.
Once he understood, like, I start putting it into practice. And now he's actually, accomplishing and
Flying it.
materializing those things now. Those things are being materialized because he's applying them and putting them into practice. So it's like those three key things, man, just showing y'all what it actually takes, man. When you're dealing in these particular type of situations, if you hurt, if you're going through it with whatever, whether it be job, marriage, family, just feeling, even if you're feeling inadequate, I mean, you're not where you want to be in life right now. I mean, like you have to take these particular steps. I mean, like you got to do these things for yourself, and get in that mirror,
Yeah. Get in
get in
that
that.
mirror, man. But don't just get in it. Don't just look in it. Polish it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Polish it so you can see yourself. You know what I'm So you can see the reflection and stay there for a little while. Don't avoid it. Don't run from the mirror. We get out the shower, we just lotion up, we look in the mirror, look, and then we gone. No, stay there for a while. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself what you're gonna do for the day. Have a great day on purpose. Be intentional with your greatness that day. All of those things. You know what I'm saying? Apply it.
yeah,
I,
you have to, because not.
I,
Go ahead,
I,
go ahead.
I just gotta say this is all confirmation for myself for this call. I mean, listen, when I said, hey Kev, let's put this real welfare check, let's have these conversations, it's because I looked in the mirror and I realized I have to stay motivated. I have to, like you said, have an amazing day on purpose. And it's ironic that you said that because we say that after every call at 9 a.m. in the morning. From 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., we do our law of attraction call. And that's exactly what we say at the end.
Damn.
Have an
She
amazing
we
day
said
on
she said we said
purpose.
got her. Hmm.
It's on purpose. So I love this. I love this. Y'all can keep going. I'm here with it. I just want to know. Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
How
yeah, yeah.
how long Prince Map have you been out?
How long have I been out?
Yes, how long have you been free?
I came home 2015. My first job I got was in 2000. First job my entire life was 2015. I was 40 years old.
40
And
years old.
now I'm a head of community coach and engineer at one of the fastest growing apps in the world.
Love it. I really love it. Would you say that there's a different type of approach that we should have when it comes to the people nowadays to the people that we were reaching maybe 5 years ago?
I didn't hear what she said, Kate.
We,
Yeah, Queen, say it again.
okay, would you say that there was a different approach that we would have to have for the people? Is there a different approach that you would have to reaching people today uh, than 5 years ago? Because as you can see, we're dealing with more of a spiritual warfare than we was 5, maybe 10 years ago, and there's a lot of people that are waking up and realizing, like you said, looking out of that eye, out of that gland that wasn't there before. So, how do we take it to the next level when it comes to 5 years ago when we looked in the mirror, or 3 years ago, or 2 years ago when you looked in the mirror and you say, all right, what do I do next? What type of advice would you give someone for that?
I think first, I think that we use, I think that the, I think that the information that we get today is coming in so fast that we need to learn how to slow down and process the information that we're getting in, that we're taking in. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we get so much information, we get so much knowledge that's coming in so fast that it actually diminishes your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So you're no longer look now at the world today, because that's a great example. Like right now, right? 5 years ago, we was giving $15,000 bonuses for anybody that could help us hire engineers, right? If someone in my at my company brought in an engineer, they get a $15,000 bonus, right? Just for hiring them. Now today, with AI technology, we don't even need that many engineers anymore because you have machines doing the work. So humans, right? If humans are being replaced by technology, what the hell you think is going to happen to humanity? If humans is being replaced by technology, Queen, the money magnet. What do you think is going to happen with humanity? Is spirituality a part of humanity? Right. So
No, no,
what we
that
need to
is
do is slow down
that
the
is
process. We need to slow down
that
the process of what
that
we're
is a hell of
taking in. Oh, sorry, KK. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
nah. You good and well, you hitting it right. You know, you hit it right on the head though. You like, and I didn't even think about that. Um, because not only spirituality is becoming the things, but you see a lot of things become impersonal now, right? A lot of dealings with people, relationships, everything is superficial. People are not even getting into things of substance anymore. Things of substance to them is like it's more if you get too deep or break down stuff too much. But then you have those who are. You have those who are, and then what it made me think of was a conversation that I was having with someone because we had the opportunity. One of the things about prison, we had that opportunity to actually sit still, right? Because we were forced to, right? And to actually look at things. So I had a conversation with someone. They were telling me about all the information. Every time they get something, they want to show, yo, look at this, yo, look at this, and I'm like, bro, all of this stuff be distractions, homie. You know what I mean? And I was able to sit down and not only read so much, but all of the things I know the rabbit holes it'll take you down. You go down this, you get caught up in this feeling, you get caught up in this feeling, excited about this thought because it pulled you here. Like, nah, you got to keep it centered. So one of the things that I appreciate, and I have mentioned to them, is about having a measuring stick, right? And this is what education helped me with. Also, this is what Islam helped me with as well. Like, when you having a measuring stick, something like you can anything that you do, you can always put it against that. And if it
Hmm.
hits that scale, I I know it's good. And now there's really none of that because everything is so spread out and there's so much stuff coming in. You ain't got nothing. You just like, man, I'm just gonna stick with this right here because there's people that's with me and like what I'm saying and agree with it. That's like the people that started coming out with that world is flat thing again, right?
Hmm.
Like you had a
So
whole
yeah.
team of people going. Go ahead.
So no, I was going to ask the Queen. I was going to ask her, when have anything virtual touched your soul? You know what I'm saying? So if you look at the time, how the time is changing, like, every time you reach a new level, you're gonna reach a new devil. We're at a part where the devil is ruling the universe right now. There's so many distractions. There's so many things. Even it's in our music, it's in our reading, it's in our education, it's in your everyday walks of life. All you see is trauma. You know what I'm saying? So what we have to do is you have to learn how to navigate your life in those things, that in the midst of those things. Like, you need human interaction. You know what I'm saying? You need human interaction. I'm the only African American engineer in my company, and mainly like only like African American spokesperson that speaks up, that connects the product to people, because that we're losing that. You know what I'm saying, Kay? We're losing that. We're losing that connection between people and you know our person. We don't know how to communicate no more. We don't know how to say hello. Yeah, I was walking in Brownsville the other day and I was saying hello to the young people, just messing around when I was on live. Yo, all of them were smiling, bro. All like, yo, what up, OG? Yo, thanks for that. Yo, have a good day. I was like, yo, have a good day, man. Have a great day on purpose. They was like, yo, you too, OG. They was loving it. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't get that, Neff. They don't get it. Yo, you on mute.
Nah, I got you. You absolutely, you absolutely right.
Well,
Absolutely
man,
right. Even
my
when you
phone is
see
about
them,
to die, man. But you gonna stay on? Cause I'm gonna go charge it and I'll come back on and watch you. You know what I'm saying? But no, but I don't know how long your show lasts. You on mute again?
probably got like 15 more minutes. Anyway,
Hmm.
probably got like 50, yeah, like 15 more minutes. You know, you usually stay on for like an hour and go on. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all share. I mean, y'all got any questions, man, or things y'all want to mention, or if y'all want to come up and we talk, man, just put it in the chat. All right, put it in the
Yeah.
chat.
Who? Any comments? What do you see the comments like? What
Yeah.
are they saying?
So a few people was actually say he did get blessed with a housing program for his mom. She passed away about a year and a half ago. Sorry to hear that, bro. Because of her prayers, I got it. Because he just got some housing.
Hmm.
Um, then he's the same brother. He was talking about he been sober 2 years.
That's dope.
Yeah, he said he was sober for 2 years, but now I make my own. Now I have my own place for a year. He said I lost my job John Christmas, so they want all this paperwork. That's hard to get.
Yo, man,
But
stay the
he
course, man. Stay the course. That's all we can say. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay the course. We know we all been through these trials and traumas and stuff like that, man. And you got to fight through it. It's unfortunate, and like we said earlier, you know, God don't have nobody to lean on, man, but He have us, and you have us. You know what I'm saying? And you got KK, man. You got this brother right here who cares about people.
Thank you. Yeah, and this was this whole thing about, bro. Like everybody, like you going through something like that to really have somebody you can talk to, man, to lean on. I was hoping I ain't had the number, but I wanted Queen. If you still tuned in, Queen, put that number in the chat. That guys can, people can link into the network, man, because we already got a WhatsApp group where it's everything, all type of entrepreneurs in there, other businesses, but it's just us being there for us. you know, us being there for us. And a lot of times, any updated stuff is going on, or a person need help, they're always inside. They come inside that chat, and we try to do this on a global scale. Not just that, but organization I'm building, EM3, like even
Yo,
working on
King,
that
can I
and
tell him?
connect.
Can I tell him to follow me on
Oh
Instagram at
yeah,
Prince Map?
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And go look at my Black Squares, blksquares.com, blksquares.com. That's my website. You'll see where I got my ripped up. So basically, ripped up is just simple. Like, we don't look like what we've been through. You know what I'm saying? They come like this brand new, where they got the rips in it, and they show you characteristics of the things that you've been through and where you're going. And the
I got
black square is just, black square is simple, man. It's the opposite of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Squares is winning out here. The ones that's taking care of their family, paying taxes, paying bills, being respectful, saying hello to the young people. Those are the squares. Squares is winning out here. So black squares. So you can follow me, like I said, at Prince Matt One. Also, I have my car wash page, Black Squares Car Wash 112, where I hire young people and they have to wear a uniform that says, "We shoot water, not guns." It's mandatory that my staff wears that uniform. We shoot water, not guns. You know what I'm saying? They make a lot of money. They do good over the summer. And right now they working full time at their other jobs. And in the summertime they come back and they work for me. We shoot water, not guns.
Anything else you want to? Oh yeah, get that citizen app.
Download the Citizen app, man. If you're in, especially in Atlanta, man, well, all over the place, download the Citizen app, man. Support, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I'm proud of. I'm proud of being part of it. I'm the one to introduce it to New York City. I'm not the owner, you know what I'm saying? I am part owner. I do own enough of it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not the owner, you know what I mean? But I'm blessed to be in this situation, after doing 18 and a half years in prison with no education. So by I guess the message is here is life is doable, man, because I polished my mirror.
Life is doable, and that's the thing for sure. Remember, before we even go out, this is what we just make sure y'all do that. Polish your mirror, man. Don't forget those 3 steps too: motivation, understanding, and practice. Motivation, understanding, and practice. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What motivates you, understanding what motivates you, and then actually putting it into practice. And that's a reminder to myself as well. You know, as well as to all y'all. But y'all get an opportunity, look yourself in the mirror, man. Stay there, ask yourself those hard questions. You know, and know that you got people here that's standing with y'all, that's rooting for y'all, and love y'all. hit that like button, hit that share, hit that notification bell, hit that, pass that on, man. We locked in. Matt, Big Prince, man. Thank you, bro, for
Yo,
pulling
man,
up.
I have no problem, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why Moshe and Mike didn't pull up, but they
Yeah,
didn't pull up for a reason. Nah, I'm
Moshe,
just saying, like, it happened like this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
tell them I
yeah.
said thank you. You know, just send my love. Those are my guys. You know what I'm saying? Send my love.
Mikey
But
was in the chat. Mikey was in the he was in the chat for a second. I don't know what's his name was still in school. He going for his masters.
that's
Yo,
dope, man.
Mikey,
Those
Mikey
Mikey,
right
those are
there.
my guys, man.
Moshe going for his masters, bro, right now.
Oh, Mikey's Hood Love TV.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, man. Send my
That's
man. You know how they say, like, send my ice cold, man. You know what I'm saying? Word. Send mine, man. Send mine to the brothers, man.
Listen, man, every Tuesday, man, you don't know who we gonna have, who gonna pull up, man. You know what I'm saying? But we here, man. We here to motivate the people. We here to be there for the people, man, and just be of service, man. So let's build, man. You want to build? Make sure you share this. Make sure you tell a friend. Every Tuesday, 8:30, man. We popping this off, man. So make sure y'all here, man. We out.